sure! We all followed Mom and Dad into the back garden. Then Mom pointed to the wand at the sky. A silvery thread shot out into the end of the lassos itself around one of the fat fluffy clouds in the sky. Mom pulled it down to the ground gently and packed it into the grass. Clouds make a wonderful bouncy castle, she told everyone. So much softer and bouncier. I frowned. I should have known a human bouncy castle was too much to ask. But my friends didn't seem to mind. They all looked astonished and excited. Their eyes were round like circles. You can all hop on, said Mom, bouncy away. Dad and I are going to inside and pull the castles onto the birthday cake. Zoe was the first to take off her shoes and jump into the clouds. It's so soft, she claimed as she bounced up and down. I'm so high. Soon all of my friends were on the cloud, bouncing around and laughing. It didn't look like anything could go wrong this time, so I decided to join in. I took off my shoes and jumped onto the cloud. Whee! I cried. Suddenly, I felt very happy. Everyone was having a good time, even Samantha. It was just as much fun as a human party. It's like flying, yelled Oliver as we soared higher and laughed and screamed. I noticed Wilbur come out of the house into the ground. He walked over to the clouds and stared at us. Do you want to make it even bouncier? He asked, seeing as I didn't get to finish my show. I could do some more magic for you now. Oh yes, cried all my friends. Please do more magic. I stopped bouncing and jumped right off the clouds into the grass. I didn't think that's a great idea, Wilbur, I began. Why ever not, said Wilbur. I'll be much more fun and bouncier. Here, let me do some more magic. He rolled his starry silhouette and waved his arms into the air. Kaboom-aska! He said, and the shower all sparkled and shot out on his fingers. The cloud gave a little wobble, and my friend began to fly up higher and higher into the air. Wow! Bruno cried. This is amazing! It is, Bouncy! Look at me! See? Said Wilbur. Much more fun. He crossed his arms and looked down at me. You should just relax, Isadora, he said, but I couldn't relax. Something didn't seem right. The cloud was rocking and shaking. It couldn't handle the amount of the bounce. Everyone get off! I shouted into the panic as the cloud began to loosen from the pack, but no one listened to me. They were all having so much fun. I tugged on Wilbur's sleeves. Look, I said to him, it's about to fly away. It's not going to fly away, said Wilbur, rolling his eyes. It is, I said, pointing at the pegs stuck into the grass. One by one, they began to pop out onto the ground, and slowly the cloud began to rise up into the air. Oh, said Wilbur, staring in horror. Whoops, I told you, I said crossly. We watched as the cloud flew higher and higher. Do something, I said to Wilbur. I can't bring the cloud down from the sky, said Wilbur. I wouldn't be learning how to do that until next term at wizard school. I'll get Mom. You stay here and don't move, I shouted. I ran to the kitchen where Dad was putting his last few candles into an enormous cake. Whoa, Isadora! You're not supposed to see the kid yet, he said. It's an emergency, I told him. Where's Mom? She had to pop upstairs for a minute, said Dad. Honey Blossom was cried and needs some pink milk. Oh no, I wailed. What's wrong? Asked Dad. I'm going to explain that I saw that very something I needed sitting on the kitchen table. Mom's wand. I grabbed it and ran back outside. Wilbur was still standing where I had left him, staring at the sky. There it is, he said to me, pointing at the speck into the distance. It looked so small and so far away. There was no time to lose. I flapped my wings and rose up into the air. I flew as fast as I could, faster than ever before, but it still took a long time to catch up with the cloud. At last, I was near enough to hear my friend's voice. They had all stopped bouncing now. They were sitting very still and looking very scared. Some of them were lying on their stomachs with their faces peered over the edge. Their eyes were big and round as they stared down at the ground miles and miles below. Pink Rabbit had his paws over to his face. Isadora! Called Zoe as I landed gently on the cloud and sat down to get my breath back. We thought you never came back. We thought we were lost in the sky forever, said Oliver. Pink Rabbit just bounced over to me and put his paws round my legs. I'm sorry, I said. It was my cousin Wilbur. He should ever have to put more magic on this cloud. But we're safe now you're here, aren't we? Asked Amanda. I didn't feel very confident. I am only half fairy. And magic isn't my strong point, but I made myself smile as though it was completely normal to be stuck onto the top of the cloud into the middle of the sky. Oh yes, I said. Don't worry, I'll find a way to get us down. I got my mom's wand. I held it up in the air, and Pink Star glittered onto the sunlight. Great, said Oliver. We're safe. I felt nervous as I closed my eyes. I wasn't sure if I could get the clouds and all my friends back down into the ground, but I had to try. I pictured the cloud in my mind's eyes floating gently back down to the earth. Then I waved my wand and opened my eyes. Nothing happened. Oh dear, I thought anxiously. I closed my eyes and tried again. I continued to the cloud harder this time. I imagined to sink down, down, down. I waved the wand as hard as I could. But when I opened my eyes again, nothing had happened. Oh dear, I said aloud. What is it? Asked Amanda in a small, scary voice. I'm not sure I can do it, I said truthfully. This is big magic. I can only reel to small bit of the wand magic, and I don't always get my spells right. Remember the time at the fairy school when I tried to make a carrot cake appear, but all I had imagined was a carrot with a bat wings and flew around the room and crashed toes. Oh dear, said Amanda, shouting frighteningly. How will we ever get down? We have to think about our way, said Zoe. There must be other way. Samantha scared of his eyes though she was thinking very hard. Then she opened them right and looked a little less panic. You know what my mom always tells me, she said. She said that sometimes the small thing that makes a difference. So maybe it will takes a small bit of magic to get us down this big mess. I had to think of a spell you can do. She pointed at the wings on her fairy costumes. Could you make this come alive? She asked. I looked at my wings. They were only very small compared to the cloud. I can try, I said. Samantha looked around all our friends sitting on the cloud and to the fancy dress costumes. She pointed at Bruno, his dragon suit. Do you think you can magic Bruno's dragon wings arrive too? She asked. I looked at the two fabric wings went down back on Bruno's costume. Maybe, I said, feeling excited. Yes, I think I should do that. Well, then I have an idea, said Amanda. Look how many of us have wings on our costumes. Bruno has dragon wings. I have a fairy wings. Sashi has a butterfly wings. Oliver has a cape. And, of course, you have a real wings. If you can magic all of the wings alive and help one piece fly, we are all help each other to fly back in my garden, I said. Samantha, you're a genius. I gave her a big hug and her face went as pink as Mom's hair. Let me try it, I said. We started with Bruno. I pointed Mom's wand and his little dragon wings and imagined that flapping life. As first, it didn't work. The wings just changed color and then they all spotted, but after a few tries, they gave a little twitch and flapped into the life. Bruno immediately rose up into the air. Wow! He yelled, look at me! I tried Samantha's fairy wings next. It's only two tries before they started to fly. Eek! Squealed Amanda as she rose into the air. It's working! Shouted Zoe excitedly. I could tell she was a little jealous that she had not chosen a costume with wings. I had got a hang of the winter one now. At last, 2 spells was early. Oliver and Sashi rose up into the air, streaking with delight. Okay, everyone, I said. We all have to help each other now. Once who can fly must hold hands with the other who can't. I took Zoe's hand with one of mine and held on the pink rabbit's paws with the other. Soon all of us were floating up into the air. We must stick together, I said to everyone. I'm scared, said Amanda, looking fearfully down the ground. It seemed very far away. The house and trees looked tiny, like these models. Don't be frightened, Samantha. I reassured her. Flying is fun. It is fun, agreed Bruno. I wish I could fly all the time. I love flying, cried Oliver. Together, we all flapped slowly away from the cloud. There was nothing beneath us now, just air. Of course, I am used a bit, but my friends were not. Eek, squealed Amanda. Whoa, said Oliver. I pointed at the pink and black specks into the distance. Look, I said, that's my house. That's where we need to go. Follow me. I flew to the hand of the group with Zoe and Pink Rabbit. Flap, 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 went my little bat wings. I can see our school, said Zoe. And look, there is a park. It all looks very different from here. It's all so small, said Sashi. We were getting closer to my house now. I could just make our red bedroom window. In the garden, there were 3 dots moving about. Mom, Dad, and Wilbur. They were waving their arms. Suddenly, 2 of them shot up into the air and flew towards us. Oh my goodness, said Mom when she reached us. We were so worried. So worried, added Dad. We didn't know where the cloud had gone to. By the time we came out into the garden, it had disappeared. Disappeared completely, said Mom. Oh, I'm so glad you're all safe. We all flew onto the ground's fence and landed gently back onto the grass. Wilbur explained that what happened, said Dad, giving Wilbur a strained look. That was very brave of you to go to the rescue, friend Isadora. It wasn't just me, I said. It was Samantha. If it wasn't for her brilliant idea, we could still be stuck onto the clouds. Samantha really saved the day. Well done, said Mom. Thank you, Samantha. Let's all give her 3 cheers. Everyone cheers for Samantha, and her face turned bright pink again. But I could tell she was proud and pleased. It maybe wasn't the best idea to use the cloud onto the Bouncy Castle, said Mom. I just got carried away. I'm sorry. I should have just ordered the regular Bouncy Castle. Next time I will. No, shouted all my friends. The cloud was much more fun, added Sashi. We will try to be more normal from now on, said Dad. We can see this party had been quite helpful for you, Isadora. No, shouted all my friends again. Please don't change. Please, Joe. We love to honor family and wait your Isadora. Yes, we do, said Oliver. We love that your family is different. Just keep brand new, said Bruno. I looked around at everyone and felt a big smile spread over my face. I couldn't help it. I was just so happy. I even smiled at Cousin Wilbur. Really? I said. You don't even mind that we stuck to the cloud into the middle of the sky? It was much more fun than regular Bouncy Castle, said Oliver. Though I'm a bit hungry now, said Bruno. Then it must time for cakes, said Dad.